right. Every race is an exciting race, right? This race is round 3 of the K1 Speed Challenge GP. For some people, this race was life or death. For me, I was having a lot of fun. Let's get right into it and see how we did this week. So my start was decent, okay? Kept up with everybody. We didn't really gain no time. We didn't lose no time. We had this little panic lock up here around the first corner while we try to just maintain our position and not rear end anybody. And then we get slowed down. No idea. Don't know what's going on. This is probably one of the only K1 speeds in America where they actively will slow down people on the track. I think it's terrible. I think that shouldn't be allowed, personally. But that's just my own deal. So we ended up having a pretty good line on this guy here. So we ended up going around him. He qualified with a time that was definitely faster than mine. So you can see he's gonna end up sticking with me right here, staying on my left side, and we're finally able to get the move done here. We pretty much stayed in front of that guy that we passed. We stayed in front of him for quite a long time, and so as you can see also, we've gained a lot of time on these dudes in front of us. And then this happens. He spins out, pivots on a dime. I take a look back. If you didn't catch it there, the guy's on my ass. He's on my ass. And he probably wouldn't have been as close as he was and as close as he currently is. The guy in front of me didn't spin. But that's racing, right? We got to deal with what we got to deal with. The guy that is behind me, he's a pretty cool dude. And probably one of the only people I ended up talking to over there. So as you see, I went a little wide there. Gave him the old good move hand sign, and he's out in front. And this is good too because this guy was putting up 31s, and I did want to take some note of the things that he was doing behind the wheel of the cart, because he's doing a certain speed. I want to do a certain speed. It didn't, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that him passing me was not a bad thing. Somebody passes you, there's always something to be gained. Now I have some knowledge to gain. So you see me here, I'm just trying to match his line as best as I can. And what really ends up coming out of this is just some decent driving. Like, it's fun, We got four carts in a line here. Everybody's got pretty much the same line. And, just driving in line, just fun stuff. I was having a lot of fun with this. And so amidst this fun, I totally failed to realize that the guy in the white helmet, about 3 carts ahead of me, the one that is leading our little pack of line following cart drivers, he's having issues with his cart. I don't know what those issues are, but it becomes pretty obvious that he's losing speed and everybody's kind of bunched up behind him. You see, I'm actually kind of falling back here. We don't know what for sure was happening with his cart. So I guess it was just the hand he was dealt. I tried to take him on the inside here. There wasn't quite enough room for me to do that because we have to cut back some of that. But these carts, they're used by thousands of people a day. And we had the guy that started behind me trying to sneak in right there. Make sure we don't let that happen. We gotta shut that angle down and stay in front. And that was all caused by me trying to take the inside line of the guy in the white helmet. And so we know if his cart's struggling, those 2 guys out ahead of me, putting some distance in between me and them, that there's an opportunity here for me to throw my cart down the inside and sort of get around this guy. And I was able to keep it side by side with him and just throw the freaking left-hand corner in there. And, thank goodness we got it through there. We were able to hug that apex and get some distance out. And, we're back on the road here. back on the move, trying to catch up to these guys ahead of me. And the crippled cart behind me, it's unfortunate, but like I was saying earlier, these carts are used by thousands of people a day. There's sometimes you're gonna get a good cart, sometimes you're not gonna get a good cart, and it's kind of all about what you do with the hand you're dealt. So I notice some days I'll have a cart where the brake pedal is just F1 grade brakes, and some days where it feels like you're trying to slow down a Ford Focus or something like that. But moving up to the next bit of action, the guy we have ahead of us right here. This is the first place contender in our league right now. It's obvious his kart is struggling, right? Well, it turns out they were slowing his kart down. Nobody has any idea why they were slowing his kart down. Because of the defending he was doing? Like, look at this, right? For me, there's nothing wrong with that defending. That was good defending. My tires were not ahead of his tires. Nothing like that. But from what I heard, they were slowing him down because he was defending the way he was defending. So look at this right here. You know, he's ahead of me. He doesn't have to leave me the room there. He really doesn't. And so, you know, I have to find the way around, which I did right there. And this is actually the last lap of the race. And, you know, that was fun. That was fun for me. That was good driving on that guy's part. That was good driving on my part. Good defending, given the situation he was in. But for K1 Speed to just be slowing their karts down like that's not okay. You know, every driver, every hobbyist, every aspiring sports driver, you know, whatever it may be, we all have certain expectations of the racing that we want to do. And I'm sure at the far, far, far bottom of that list is having a single power control, whether or not you go full speed or half speed based on their review of your driving, if that makes sense. But y'all, having said that, we had a good race weekend. You know, I wish it could have gone different. I probably would have ended up in a worse position. You know, I probably would have ended up in 10th or 9th at the highest if all the BS didn't go on. But then, you know, at that point, I'll also know where I stand against other people. So this all there's different ways to look at all this stuff. And I'm looking forward to the next league race. Hopefully less drama in the next one. There doesn't need to be any drama. We're just out here to drive and have some fun, you know? But yeah, y'all. In case I didn't cover it at the beginning, this was my first week qualifying in the top split. So I was with the fastest guys. I was the fastest of the drivers that set up a 32-second time. Everybody that was faster than me set up a time in a 31. So I know I'm next in line. That's my spot next. So I've been going out there to practice and get that 31 time. But yeah, otherwise, y'all, thank y'all for joining. I appreciate it. And let me know down below in the comments what y'all think of the driving of the event overall. And I will post the raw footage of the race to come here in maybe like 3-4 days or so.